Anyway, I was just saying, yeah, we're normally still trying to figure out ministering companions or ministering people for folks after they've been baptized for a month. I'm like, these people are being called on missions to the frontier and the wilderness to go teach and preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. That does show you how more elect and ready these righteous men were, where they were ready. Like, I mean, they may not have felt it, but clearly when they went out, they were pretty impactful with the way the church was able to grow and expand in a very short amount of time.
Well, what's amazing is that, like you're saying, that these were elect. These were not people who were just casually presented the restored gospel and then kind of like thought it sounded neat. These were people that had dedicated their lives to understanding the truths of the Bible and aligning themselves with it as much as possible, even recognizing where the current religions are falling short because they have read it themselves and put some thought into it. Like, these are people who when the gospel was presented to them, like, they were able to recognize it because they had put in the time, they put in the work, they put in the effort to actually discerning truth on their own. So when truth came to them, they were like, okay, yes, this makes sense. Like, Parley P. Pratt's conversion story, like, is that he got the Book of Mormon, he read all of it in one night, and then was like, okay, I'll be baptized. Like, imagine an investigator today that's like, here's the Book of Mormon, and they read it all in one night. Like, how often does that happen?
Not often, I can test, at least in my area.
It's statistically never.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Statistically zero is what it is. All right, but yeah, like all of these men were called to be apostles. Like, they were just, the Lord had just, like, they were just there waiting, like like just the town over from where the restoration's going on. Like, coincidence? Obviously, the Spirit had been hard at work in preparing, and not. I say the Spirit, but like the Spirit was working through imperfect men, like as a preparation for the restoration. Like, Sidney Rigdon was a preacher of another church, right? They called them Campbellites, but it was like it was a restorationist kind of idea where it's like, hey, we need to go back to the organization of the primitive church. Like, he'd already like determined, like, okay, this is what it's supposed to look like, so let's try to align ourselves as much as possible with that. Like, they'd already figured that out. Like, the other churches ain't doing it right. So he was a preacher, and Sidney Rigdon, he's converted, and he brings his whole congregation with him. You know, it's like, these are people who, like, the Spirit had been working with them. Sidney Rigdon had been preaching a need for restoration to other people. Like these were just exceptional people that were being brought in.
Yeah, it does show you, or it's a very good reminder that we need to be, the Spirit is still doing that today. Certainly working with people where they are. And a lot of folks are members of other faiths. You know, great. The Spirit's still going to testify of truth to them. It's still going to attempt to illuminate their minds and their hearts so far as they are willing and open to that, and will use whatever is available to continue to help them grow in light and in truth, and is preparing them perhaps to hear greater light and greater truth. Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.